Hello guys, so welcome to today's class. We have finished till problem number 9 of final accounts. So today let's continue with problem number 10. Okay, problem number 10, from the following balances extracted from the books of Mr. Rati Ram Sabu and the subjoined information, you are required to prepare the profit and loss account for the year ended on 31st March 2007 and also the balance sheet as on that date. Okay, they have given the debit and credit balances, so let's see into it. Stock on April 1 2006, 60,500. Trading account item, purchases and sales. Trading account items, returns, purchase returns and sales returns. So on the debit side, the return which is given is a sales return. Okay, and the debit balance of return is called the sales return, and the credit balance of the returns is a purchase returns. Okay, because on the sales, if we take the sales, we will credit the sales in the trading account. Sales is a credit balance. Okay, what sales returns, what we will do, we will deduct it from the sales, so the returns will have the debit balance. Okay, the sales returns is will have the debit balance. If we see the journal entry also, sales returns account debit to debtor account. Okay, we will record the journal entry as sales return account debit to debtor account. So the sales return will have the debit balance. So here in the returns case, in the debit balance 2200 is the sales return and credit balance 1300. So if we see the purchase returns journal entry, creditor account debit to purchase returns account, right? Creditor account debit to purchase returns account will be the journal entry. So to 1300 will be the purchase returns. Next, capital account, liabilities, drawings, we will deduct the drawings from the capital. Okay, land and buildings assets, so balance sheet. Furniture and fittings 8000, balance sheet. Debtors 25,000, balance sheet asset side. Creditors liability side. Cash in hand asset, investments asset. Interest credit balance, interest and commission, they have given the credit balance, so P&L account credit side, incomes received. Total direct expenditure, trading account, postage, stationery and phones, P&L account debit side. Fire insurance premium, P&L account debit side. Salaries, P&L debit side. Bank overdraft, it is a asset item. Bank overdraft is a liability. Bank balance is an asset. Bank overdraft is a liability. They have given bank overdraft credit balance 40,000. So it is nothing but overdrawn. The bank balance, it is overdrawn. Generally the businessman will have the current account in the bank, so for the current account holders there will be the facility from the bank that they can withdraw the amount over the limit which they have deposited in their account. So which excess withdrawn amount is called the overdrawn amount. So the bank is providing the amount to the customer, so that overdrawn amount is nothing but a loan, so it will be treated as a liability to the business. Okay, bank overdraft will be the liability. So let's see the adjustments. Closing stock, so they have given in the adjustments, so it is a trading account credit item and it will carry to the balance sheet asset side. Goods worth rupees 500 are reported to have been taken away by the proprietor for his personal use at home during 1996 to 2006. Okay, he withdrawn the goods for personal use and it is given in the adjustment, so we will deduct this personal use goods from the purchases on the trading account. In the trading account on the debit side, from the purchases we will deduct, and this goods is a drawing, so we will deduct it from the capital on the liability side in the balance sheet. Okay, next, interest on investments rupees 500 is yet to be received. Interest on investments is yet to be received means it is an income, accrued income, means it is an accrued income. We are having accrued interest, right? In the trial balance we are having accrued interest of rupees 500. So here the adjustment, accrued interest is given, so this accrued interest will be added to that interest and it is taken to the asset side. It is taken to the asset side of the balance sheet. Accrued interest 500. Okay, so next one, uh, received, and while rupees 1000 of commission received is yet to be earned. So commission received is income and it is yet to be earned in the next year. but we received in this year, means it means we have received advance income. So advance income, what we will do, we will deduct it from the income on the credit side of the P&L account, and we will take this advance income to the liability side of the balance sheet. Okay. Next, rupees 500 of the fire insurance premium paid in respect of the quarter ending 31st March. Okay, fire insurance premium paid in the respect of quarter ending 31st March is the prepaid one. It is a prepaid expenditure, we future expenditure we are paying today. So of 2006 and 7, of 2006 and 7, so for future we are paying today. So I think they have given here quarter ending 31st March 2006-7. It is not right, I guess. Okay, in the question. Anyhow, we will assume it as a premium. Premium paid for the prepaid premium paid. So advance amount expenditure. Advance expenditure has been paid. So it is a prepaid amount. So we will deduct it from the fire insurance premium, and we will take it to the asset side of the balance sheet. Okay, as a premium paid. Next comes to salaries rupees 1000 for March 2007 and bank overdraft interest estimated at rupees 2000 have to be recorded out as outstanding charges. So outstanding liability, we will add this outstanding charges on the debit side of the P&L account to the respective expenditures, and we will take this outstanding charges liability to the balance sheet liability side. Okay, next one, depreciation to be provided. Okay, depreciation on buildings, furniture and fittings. Also depreciation will be debited on the profit and loss account, and it will be deducted in the assets of the balance sheet. Okay, and next, make provision for doubtful debts, 5% of debtors. So adjustment to debtors, and rupees 10,000 claim against Mr. Rathi Ram Sabo, not acknowledged debt as yet. Okay, it is a claim. It is a claim which is not acknowledged by the owner of the business in his books of accounts, but the claim has been made by the third party. So this is a claim which he did not recognize either in his books or he recognized it as a debt. So we will record this claim as contingent liability. Contingent liability will be presented to the as a footnote to the balance sheet, that we will not take this amount of 10,000 either in the trading or profit or loss account or in the balance sheet. We will nowhere take this claim amount. We will show it as a footnote point to the balance sheet. It is a note point to the balance sheet, that's it. Okay, we will not account this because it is a claim against the owner and he did not acknowledge it as a debt. Okay, so let's prepare the trading and profit and loss account and balance sheet for Mr. Rathi Ram Sabo. Okay, so starting with the stock on April 2006, so take it to the trading account 60,500, purchases on the trading account debit side 90,300, sales credit side of the trading account 1,37,200, less returns. So we are having returns, so 2,200 deduct from the sales, it is a sales return, and 1,300 is a purchase returns, so deduct it. And for the purchases we are having one adjustment, that is drawings. Rupees 500 has been drawn by the proprietor for his personal use, so this 500 will be deducted from the purchases and this 500 will be deducted from the capital in the balance sheet. Okay, two effects. Capital account, take it to the balance sheet liability side 30,000, drawings 4,500 deduct from the capital account, land and buildings take it to the asset side of the balance sheet, furniture and fittings take it to the asset side of the balance sheet, and for the land and buildings and furniture we are having the depreciation of 5% and 10%. So 5% depreciation on land and building comes to 1,500. Okay, furniture and fittings 10%, that comes to 800. So take it this depreciation amount to the debit side of the P&L account and deduct this depreciation amount from the assets we have recorded in the balance sheet, that is land and building and furniture. Okay, sundry debtors and sundry creditors, debtors take it on the asset side 25,000 and creditors take it on the liability side 45,000. For debtors we are having one adjustment, that is 5% of sundry debtors make provision is to be made. So 5% of 25,000, 5% of 25,000 comes to 1250. Okay, 25,000 into 5%, that comes to 1250. To provision for doubtful debts, that is on the debit side of the P&L account, 1250, and this provision is to be deducted from the debtors in the balance sheet. Okay, debtors balance is 25,000 minus provision for doubtful debts 1250, total comes to 23,750 is the net debtors. Okay, next one, cash in hand, take it to the asset side of the balance sheet. Investments, take it to the asset side of the balance sheet. Interest and commission, take it to the credit side of the P&L account. And for interest and commission we are having adjustments, that is we have received the interest, we have not yet received the interest. Okay, it means accrued interest, the income which we earned but not yet received, so that is an accrued interest, added to the interest on the credit side of the P&L account, and take this accrued interest to the balance sheet as 500. Okay, commission received in advance of rupees 1000, so this advance commission we need to deduct from the commission received on the credit side of the P&L account. So 3000 minus 1000 comes to 2000, and take this advance commission received to the liability side of the balance sheet. Okay, next, total direct expenditure, debit this to the trading account. Postage, stationery and phones 2500, debit this to the trading account. Fire insurance premium 2000, debit of P&L account. Sorry, postage, stationery and phones debit to the P&L account. Okay, I said trading account, sorry, it is to be debited to the P&L account. Next, fire insurance premium, let's debit to the P&L account. And for fire insurance premium we are having the prepaid fire insurance premium adjustment 500, so deduct this prepaid amount of 500 from the 2000, so net amount is 1500 in the P&L account, and take this prepaid fire insurance premium to the balance sheet asset side. Okay, balance sheet asset side. And next is salaries, to salaries 11,000, debit of P&L account. And for salaries we are having adjustment, salaries of rupees 1000 for March 2007 is outstanding, so outstanding, add 11,000 plus 1000 comes to 12,000 in the P&L account, and this outstanding liability of salaries will be carried to the balance sheet as 1000. And outstanding bank overdraft interest, so we are having bank overdraft 40,000, take it to the liability side of the balance sheet, and we are having one adjustment, that is bank overdraft interest. So this overdraft interest is an expenditure, so take it in the P&L account, that is 2000. What is the amount? Overdraft back interest estimated 2000. Okay, 2000 is the interest outstanding on the bank overdraft facility, so it will be debited in the P&L account, that is one effect, and it will be taken to the liability side of the balance sheet, that is second effect. Okay, depreciation we have provided, and provision for doubtful debts we have provided, and 10,000 claim is not acknowledged as debt, so it is not recorded in the books, it will be called as contingent liability to the Radhi Ram Sabu, so it will be noted as a footnote to the balance sheet. It is a footnote to the balance sheet. Footnote, FOOTNOTE, it is called a footnote. Okay, footnote to the balance sheet. So like this you will prepare the trading P&L and balance sheet, and next, balancing the figures, you will get gross profit and net profit added to the capital account, and balance sheet will get tallied. Okay, like this we have solved the problem number 10. So let's continue with the problem number 11. Let's continue with the problem number 11, that is from the following trial balance was extracted from the books of Sri V. Balakrishnan as on 31st March 2007. So we are having the debit balances, plant and machinery is an asset, so balance sheet, manufacturing wages trading account debit side, salaries P&L account debit side, furniture P&L account, sorry, furniture is an asset, so asset side of balance sheet. Freight on purchases will be taken on the debit side of the trading account. Freight is an expenditure on purchases, so it is taken on the debit side of the trading account. See, freight on purchases is nothing but carriage inwards. Freight on sales is nothing but carriage outwards. So carriage inwards will be taken on the trading account debit side, and carriage outwards will be taken on the debit side of the P&L account. So freight on sales will be debited to the P&L account. Buildings, asset, manufacturing expenses, trading account. Insurance and taxes. Insurance and taxes is a P&L account item, so debit side. Goodwill is an asset. General expenses, P&L debit side. Factory fuel and power. Factory fuel and power is for the stock, so trading account debit side. Sundry debtors asset, so take it to the asset side of the balance sheet. Factory lighting, debit side of the trading account. Opening stock, debit side of trading account. Motor car is an asset, so to balance sheet. Purchases, trading account debit side. Sales returns to be deducted from the sales. Bad debts, P&L debit side. Interest and bank charges, P&L debit side. Cash at bank and cash in hand, take it to the assets. Credit balances, capital, sundry creditors and bank loan will be taken to the liability side of the balance sheet. Purchase returns will be deducted from the purchases. Okay, sales will be credited to the trading account. Provision for bad debts will be debited to the P&L account. Okay, this provision is given in the P&L account, that is amount of rupees 2000. Okay, this 2000 will not, this is the old provision, this will be deducted, this will be taken to the balance sheet. Okay, prepare trading and profit and loss account for the year ended 31st March December and balance sheet as on the date, taking into consideration they have given adjustments. So stock in hand on 31st March 2007 was valued at rupees 3500, so credit side of the trading account and take it to the assets of the balance sheet. Depreciation, 10% on furniture, 10% on plant and machinery, 5% on furniture. Motor car by rupees 1000. Okay, 1000 rupees is the depreciation on the motor car. Bring provision for bad debts of 5% on sundry debtors. A commission of rupees 1% on the gross profit is to be provided for the works manager. So it is a commission to be paid, so it is a P&L account item. We will calculate it on the gross profit amount, 1%. Okay, a commission of 2% of net profit after charging the works manager's commission. Okay, 2% of the net profit will be the works after charging the works manager commission. We need to calculate 2% of commission which is to be given to the general managers, which is to be given to the general manager of the business. Okay, so it is the expenditure to us, it is an expenditure to us and we are crediting it to the general manager account, but for us it is an expenditure. For general manager we will give a credit to him. Okay, here it is to be credited means nothing but debit the receiver, credit the giver, like this principles we need to apply. Okay, it is to be credited to the general manager means he is in profit, general manager, but for us it is an expenditure, right? Commission paid, so commission paid debit side of the P&L account. Okay, so let's solve the solution for this. So trading and profit and loss account of Sri V. Balakrishnan for the year ended 31st March 2007. So debit balance, plant and machinery will go to the asset. So for plant and machinery we are having adjustment 10% depreciation. Okay, 20,000 into 10%, 2,000. So this depreciation will be debited to the P&L account and the same will be deducted from the plant and machinery in the balance sheet. Okay, manufacturing wages, take it on the debit side of the trading account, and salaries, take it on the debit side of the P&L. Furniture 10,000, take it to the balance sheet, and on furniture we are having depreciation of 5%, that comes to 10,000 into 5%, 500. So this depreciation will be taken to the P&L account and 500 will be deducted in the from the furniture balance in the balance sheet. Okay, freight on purchases, take it on the debit side of the trading account, and freight on sales, take it on the debit side of the P&L account. manufacture. Next is buildings, 24,000, take it to the balance sheet. On buildings we don't have any depreciation. Okay, we don't have any depreciation given in the adjustment, so just take it as 24,000 in the balance sheet. Next comes to manufacturing expenses, take it on the debit side of the trading account. Insurance and tax, take it on the debit side of the P&L account. Goodwill, take it to the balance sheet asset side. General expenses, take it on the debit side of the P&L account. Factory fuel and power, take it on the debit side of trading account. Sundry debtors, take it to the asset side of the balance sheet. Okay, for this sundry debtors there are adjustments, so we will solve it. Okay, factory lighting, take it on the debit side of the trading account. Opening stock, open debit side of the trading account. To opening stock 34,200. Next, motor car, take it to the balance sheet 12,000, and we are having depreciation of 1,000, so this 1,000 rupees will be debited in the P&L account, and this 1,000 will be deducted from the motor car balance in the balance sheet asset side. Okay, from the purchases debit side of the trading, and sales returns credit side of the trading account, we will deduct this sales return from the sales. Okay, take the bad debts to the P&L account debit side. Interest and bank charges 400. Interest and bank charges 400, take it on the P&L account debit side. Cash at bank and cash in hand, take it to the assets of the balance sheet. Capital account 80,000. Capital account 80,000 liability side, and sundry creditors liability side 44,560. Bank loan 15,000, take it to the liabilities. Purchase returns, deduct it from the purchases. Sales, take it on the trading account credit side. Provision for bad debts, it is given in the credit balances, means it is the old provision, that is it is being carried from the previous year, that is already we made a provision, we have in the credit balance of provision. Okay, you can take this provision for bad debts as it is given in the credit balances, so you can take this credit balance on the P&L account credit side. Okay, you can take this provision for bad debts 2,000 on the P&L account credit side, or else you can deduct this provision for bad debts from the bad debts balance, that is 2,000. Okay, from that bad debts balance, that is 1,400 minus 2,000. 1,400 minus 2,000, or else you can take this credit balance of provision for bad debtors on the credit side of the P&L account. It will have the same effect. Either if you can take it on the credit side of the P&L account, or you can deduct this amount from the bad debts. Okay, generally provision this is given on the credit balances side, so take it on the credit balance or deduct it from the bad debts. Okay, it is called as a old provision. Okay, next comes to stock in hand 31st March closing stock, take it on the credit side of trading and take it to the balance sheet asset side. Depreciation we have adjusted, bringing the provision, so 5% provision. Debtors balance is 78,200. 78,200 into 5% comes to 3910. Okay, this is the new provision. This provision we need to make, so this provision will be taken on the debit side of the trade profit and loss account. Debit side of the profit and loss account. See, we are having provision for bad debtors credit balance 2,000 in the trial balance question. In the question trial balance, we are having credit balance, so this credit balance you can take it on either side of the trading, on side of the credit side of the trading profit and loss account. You can take this on the credit side of the profit and loss account, or else you can deduct this amount from the bad debts. Okay, you can deduct this amount from the bad debts, and in the adjustments you have been given again provision for 5% on sundry debtors. It is a new provision, so it will be debited to the P&L account. Okay, in the question they have deducted the old provision of 2,000 from the bad debts. Okay, instead of deducting this, you can take it on the credit side also. Okay, I hope you understood this. And next, this provision of 3910 will be deducted from the sundry debtors balance in the balance sheet. That is 78,200 minus 3910 comes to 74,290. And next comes to 1% of commission is to be paid on the gross profit. Okay, 1% commission. So calculate the gross profit. What is the gross profit? Sales minus sales returns, 2,47,750 plus closing stock 3,500. Total comes to 2,78, 250 minus debit items 34,200, that is opening stock, minus purchase returns comes to 1,260, minus freight on purchases 1860, minus manufacturing wages 34,500, minus fuel 1280, minus 950 factory lighting, minus 9,500 is the manufacturing expenses. So 95,700 is the gross profit. Okay, 95,700 into 1% comes to 957. So workman's commission paid is a nominal nature item, so it will be debited to the P&L account. Okay, 95,700 into 1% comes to 957. So next adjustment, what they are asking, a commission of 2% on net profit to the general manager. Okay, commission paid to the general manager is 2% on the net profit. So now, after debiting the works manager's commission to the debit side of the P&L account, calculate the net profit, that is 95,700 minus salaries 15,850. 95,700 minus salaries 15,850 minus freight on sales 2140 minus insurance and tax 4250 minus general expenses 8,200 minus bad debts, that is 1,400, minus provision for bad debts, that is 3,190. On the credit side, we have taken the old provision also, right? Provision for bad debts credit balance they have given, so that is to be added, or it should be deducted from the bad debts balance. Okay, I will add this amount on the credit side. 2,000 minus 400 is the interest and bank charges, minus depreciation 2,000, plant and machinery, minus furniture 500, minus motor car 1,000, minus workman's manager commission is 57,000. 57,093 would be the balance amount. 57,093 would be the balance amount. Okay, on this balance amount you need to do 2%, that comes to 1141.86. you can round it off to 1142. Okay, 95,700 plus 95,700. See, how did I do this? 95,700 is the gross profit, and the credit balance of provision for bad debtors, that is 2,000, right? 97,700 minus salary minus freight on sales, insurance and tax, general expenses, bad debts provision 3,910, interest and bank charges and depreciation on all items will come, and manager's commission 957. Okay, 957. If we deduct all these items, we will get the balance of 57,100, and on this you will do 2%, you will get 1142. You will get 1142 as a general manager's commission. Okay, this general manager's commission is also the P&L account item only, so it will also be debited to the P&L account. So after debiting this P&L item 1142, deduct this 1142 again from 57,100 minus 1142, you will get the net profit of 55,951. Okay, like this you need to solve this. So till here we have completed problem number 11, and after that just take this net profit to the capital account and balance the balance sheet. That's it. So till here it is a problem number 11. So let's continue with problem number 12. Okay, so what they have given is following balances were taken from the books of Sri Ram Prasad on 31st March 2007. Capital 1 lakh, drawing 17,600, purchases 80,000. So capital and drawings to the liabilities of the balance sheet, purchases and sales to the trading account, purchase returns to be deducted from the purchases, opening stock to the trading account, bad debts to the P&L account, bad debts provision. See here they have given the opening balance of provisions, so we need to deduct this amount from the bad debts, or we can take it on the credit side of the P&L account. Okay, we can take it as a P&L account item. Rates and insurance 1300, debit of P&L. Discount, they have given the credit balance, so it is a discount received. So it is a discount received. Discount, they have given CR, right? So discount CR, that is discount received 190. Bills receivable asset, to take it to the asset. Sales returns to be deducted from the sales. Wages, debit side of the trading account. Buildings, take it to the assets. Rent CR means credit side, it is a credit balance. So we have received the rent received 2100. Railway freight and other expenses on goods sold, so it is a trading account it is a trading profit and loss account item. Okay, it is a profit and loss account item on goods sold. Carriage inwards, trading account, debit side, office expenses, debit side of P&L, printing and stationery, postage and telegram, debit side of P&L. Sundry debtors asset, so balance sheet. Sundry creditors asset, balance sheet. Cash at hand and cash in hand at bank, take it to the assets of the balance sheet. Office furniture asset, balance sheet. So salaries and commission 98570, expenditure, so debit side of P&L account. Additions to the buildings, that is 7000, this is to the taken to the balance sheet. It is an addition to the buildings, so 7000 add to the buildings. What is the buildings amount? 25,000. So 25,000 plus 7,000. Okay, prepared trading and profit and loss account and balance sheet as on 31st March 2007. After keeping in the view, okay, they have given the adjustments. Depreciation old buildings 2.5% means 2.5%, and okay, 2.5% depreciation is on the old buildings, that is the balance of 25,000. On 25,000 you have to take the depreciation of 2.5%, and on new additions, that is 7,000. At last they have given additions to building 7,000, right? So on such new additions you have to take 2%. Okay, and an office furniture 5% depreciation. Write off further bad debts as rupees 570. So it is a bad debts, then it will come on the debit side of the P&L account, and it will be deducted from the debtors balance. Okay, increase the bad debts reserve to 6% of debtors. Okay, 6% of debtors is the bad debts provision. So they have given the old provision also, right? That is 1st April 2006 provision also they have given. It is an opening balance of provision, bad debt. So this amount is to be credited or credit on the P&L account, credit on the credit side of the P&L account, like last problem we have did, credit side of the P&L account, or we can deduct this amount from the debit debit side of the P&L account from the bad debts balance. Okay, so next is rent receivable. So rent receivable means here we have the rent income credit balance of 2100, we have credited on the side of P&L account. So it is a rent receivable, means it is an accrued income. It will be added to the rent received account, and it will be taken to the asset side of the balance sheet. Interest on capital at the rate of 5%, so it is an expenditure to the business, debit side of the P&L account, and add it to the capitals in the liability side. On 31st March 2007, stock is valued. Okay, it is a closing stock amount. So trading account credit side and assets of the balance sheet. Unexpired insurance of rupees 240. So this unexpired insurance is to be taken on the debit side of the P&L account, that is it is to be deducted. Unexpired insurance means prepaid insurance, so it is to be deducted from the rents and taxes in the rates and insurances in the P&L account debit side, and it is to be taken to the asset side of the balance sheet. Okay, so like this, so let's start the solution. Capital, take to the liabilities and deduct this drawing 17,600 from the capital. Okay, so for the capital we are having adjustment, right? What is that? Interest on capital 5%. So 5% of 1 lakh comes to 5,000. Add this to the capital and take it to the debit side of the P&L account because it is an expenditure. Purchases, trading debit side, and sales credit side of the trading account. For this we are having adjustment, purchase returns 2820, deduct this from the purchases. Okay, deduct this from the purchases, and next opening stock 11,460 trading account debit side, bad debts P&L account debit side, and this opening balance of this 1st April 2006 balance provision 3240, we can either take it on the credit side of the P&L account or we can deduct this from the bad debts balance, okay, on the debit side of the P&L account. Rates and insurance 1300, and for this bad debts we are having a adjustment of adjustment, that is we need to make the reserve or provision of 6%. So 6% on debtors, calculate 6% on debtors. So what is the debtors balance given in the question, where it is debtors? So 62,070. So 62,070 into 6%, you will get 3690. Okay, so this provision is to be debited to the P&L account, okay. And one more adjustment we are having, that 570 need to be taken as bad debts further. So 570 is also a bad debt, so take it on the debit side of the P&L account and deduct this amount from the debtors balance in the balance sheet. Okay, next one, rates and insurance debit side of the P&L, and for this we are having adjustment, that is unexpired insurance 240. This is nothing but prepaid insurance, so deduct this amount of 240 from the rates and insurance and take it to the asset side of the balance sheet. Discount received P&L account credit side, bills receivable, assets, sales returns deduct from the sales, wages take it to the debit side of the trading account, buildings take it to the balance sheet, and for the buildings we are having the depreciation. So this 25,000 is the amount of old buildings, so we have the 2.5% as depreciation. So 25,000 into 2.5% comes to 625. Okay, this 625 take to the debit side of the P&L account and deduct this 625 from the buildings balance in the balance sheet. Okay, rent credit, that is 2,100, we are having rent on the credit side of the P&L account, so take it to the credit side of the P&L account 2,100, and we are having adjustment, that is rent receivable, it is nothing but accrued income, so add this 200 to the rent income on the credit side of the P&L and take this to the asset side of the balance sheet. Railway freight and other expenses on goods sold means it will come on the debit side of the P&L account. Okay, 16,940. Office carriage inwards, debit of the trading account. Office expenses, printing and stationery, postage and telegrams, debit side of the P&L account. Sundry debtors we have taken already on the in the asset side of the balance sheet. Sundry creditors, liability side of balance sheet. Cash at bank and cash in hand, that is an assets to the assets, so take to the balance sheet. Office furniture 3,500, so we are having a depreciation on furniture 5%, so 5% of 3,500 comes to 175, comes to 175. So take this to the debit of the P&L and deduct the amount from the asset side of the balance sheet from the furniture. Salaries and commission, debit side of the P&L account, and additions to the buildings, that is 7,000. On this we are having the depreciation of 2%. new additions to buildings at 2% we are having depreciation. So 7,000 into 2% comes to 140. 140 is the depreciation. So take this to the debit side of the P&L account and deduct this 140 from 7,000 in the assets in the balance sheet from asset side. Okay, so next is what all the adjustments we have done. All the adjustments also we have done. Once check. Okay, we have left with closing stock. So closing stock, take it on the credit side of the trading account and assets side of the balance sheet. Okay, now total all the columns and you will get the gross profit, net profit and net profit added to the capital. Therefore the assets will be equalized to the liabilities. Okay, like this you need to solve. And next 13, 14, 15 problems are not relevant to you at this level, so not relevant to you. And from 16th problem onwards, I guess you can do this, because these from 16th problem onwards all these are the same problems with small adjustments. So till now we have done with so many huge adjustments. Okay, huge adjustments which are not of your level also. So I think 13, 14, 15 are not relevant to you. And after that 13, 14, 15, from 16th problem onwards, it is very easy. It is very easy to solve on your own these problems. So uh, if you are having any doubts you can ask me afterwards, but till here you can solve. After solving these up to 12th problem, you can solve from the 16th problem. Okay, these are very short problems. So till here we have completed the final accounts. So after this up to 20 21, up to 21, 22, 23. Okay, up to 21, 22, 23. Okay, up to 23rd problem, it is relevant to your syllabus. It is relevant to your syllabus, and all these are simple problems after from 16th problem, so you can solve it on your own. So up to 23rd problem it is very easy. Okay, so after 23rd, from 24th onwards it is not relevant to you again. Okay, from 24th onwards, from 24th onwards it is not relevant to you. Okay, up to 23rd it is enough. It is enough to prepare till here. Okay, out of this you will not get anything in the exam, I guess. Okay, so I hope everything is clear till here, and we will continue with the next chapter in the next session. Okay, till then, happy studying and thank you for watching my class. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and please like the video, share the video with your friends who are in need of this class. Till then, stay happy, stay positive and be kind to everyone.